Well, I think it's time for the hat-trick. 3 in 3 days, Brett. It looks like we announce another signing.
Yeah, we've captured the signing of a young hooker, Jack Yeandle, who's been currently playing for Yewick in Cardiff. Jack has come with a pretty good reputation, and we had a couple of CVs for him and DVDs and whatnot, and he certainly fits the bill for what we're looking for. Plus, we had a conversation with his coach at Yewick, who's funny enough, who's my old coach, Chris Davey, and Chris paid him a very very glowing tribute and said he's exactly what we'd be looking for. So, yeah, we're delighted with the signing.
I think as well as Yewick, it's important to mention that he is part of the England student squad at the moment.
Yeah, he's with the England students, and he's had a good run there as well. But he just fits the bill for what we're looking for here at Doncaster at the moment. He'll give us a very good balance with Steve Bowden, obviously, who's our existing hooker as well, and he's certainly not the finished article, but we're definitely going to progress him in the right way, and it's another player who wants to come here and give Championship Rugby a real good crack, and we've got to open our arms out to these kind of players and welcome them to the club.
I think that it's important to point out that he is 21 years old, so as you say, he isn't the finished article, but he's a big lad.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and again, it's another balance between him and Steve Bowden, who's obviously played a lot of rugby here, and we're not delusional enough to think that Bowes is going to be able to play 30 games of rugby next season, and we've got to have a balance between him and Jack and anybody else who ends up playing hooker, and make sure that we keep them both as fresh as possible. But like I say, it's about a balance that we're looking for in our squad, and he certainly fits the bill for what we're looking for.
And taking a recommendation from a trusted coach and the discussions you've had, you've got no doubt about his potential.
Oh, his potential is huge. Taking the recommendation from his coach is very easy for me because Chris Davey was my former coach, and the one position that Chris would definitely know about is a hooker, because he was a hooker himself, and he paid Jack a very high tribute, and obviously he's done very well back in the Welsh League, and being an Englishman, he wants to give Championship Rugby a real crack, and we're delighted to capture that signing, and hopefully you'll have a good few years here.
Stepping back into the Doncaster Knights official forum, which seems to be a good source of questions for us at the moment. I noticed yesterday there was questions about a couple of players that are not quite, or haven't been announced yet what the status is, and Nathan Jones was one of those players. Yeah,
Nathan unfortunately won't be with us next season. It's been obviously with trying to find players that fit our budget. I mean, we did offer Nathan a contract at one time, and he was seeking other opportunities. By all accounts, I think the other opportunities fell through, but in the meantime, we've been looking for other players ourselves. Nathan got back in touch with us fairly recently to see if there's something available, but obviously we were way down the line with other players, but we did everything we possibly could to try to get him to re-sign. We had a conversation, but unfortunately financially we couldn't bear the brunt of what he needed, basically, and it's unfortunate because it's been more of a timing thing, and I've worked with Nathan when I was at Coventry, and he's a good lad, he's a good player, and whatever he decides to do, I wish him all the very best.
And just wanted to sort of point out that we do seem to be using the Knights Forum to fill out my questions nowadays. Brett, are we comfortable with answering questions directly from fans?
Absolutely. I think that's the more the supporters get involved and answer the questions is better for me, because there has to be a level of accountability with what we're doing. Obviously, there's some things that they're not going to know about, which has to be that way, unfortunately. But we want to try to have an open policy as much as possible, and I just want to put their minds at rest, really. That the squad that we've got at the moment is looking very, very good. Obviously, there's one or two positions that we're still looking to improve on, and hopefully we'll make more announcements as the following weeks progress. But I think we know where we are, and we're certainly a long way further down the road than what we thought we would be at one time. And I think over the next sort of 2 weeks there'll be some announcements that I'm pretty sure that the fans will be really warming to.